back on the podcast. It's episode 8. Last
we rolling?
Yeah, we're good now.
We used to plan the start like 3, 2, 1, but I feel like we kind of like just.
I start recording so that we have a little lead footage into the actual episode itself.
It's like it sounds more natural, and we just kind of.
Shit.
Into it.
I'm gonna be cussing. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, no, you're good. Trust me.
What the fuck y'all talking about?
We do, especially for like the Spotify listeners, because I know there's some of them out there, so y'all gonna hear this. But they don't. That one I don't even edit it at all. I leave like the full-on raw file that we get.
Because I don't want your audience to be like, oh shit. Like,
no, you're good. You're good.
That word and
He's swearing and shit.
So I bet as long as we got that shit clear.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Since obviously we have our first guest, big moment in the podcast. We got the man over here himself. He's currently working on his brand, which is the GodSon Brand. It's new and up and coming. If you guys want to check it out, I'll put something down below for it or whatever, probably.
Yes, sir.
If you're on Spotify, just go over to the YouTube link and we got to get you guys to come over here somehow. But
Finer collab.
Yeah, that's I literally texted him about that before he came here. But yeah, so a little bit more information. Like I've known him for a while, since I was in elementary school or whatever, and ended up playing sports overseas and stuff like that professionally.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of had some stuff about it, and then I'll go into the other stuff that we had written down.
All right, cool.
But the first one obviously is like, the experience of like, living somewhere else besides the US. Like,
oh man,
it's gotta be interesting.
No, that shit is tough. Like I said, I've been playing basketball my whole life. I had, aspirations and dreams of playing in the NBA. Of course, that's every, kid who plays basketball's dream.
Yeah. Any sport.
I got blessed to get a scholarship to go to college, get my education paid for, which is the most important thing, just to get your education paid for, and it was free. And then I got blessed with the opportunity to play overseas in Spain back in 2016. That was like my rookie year. I would say that was a big eye opener. It made me more appreciative of the things I have here in America, because like, you don't know what to expect. 2, language barrier. 3, food. 4, you're kind of lonely and stuff like that. My teammates were all like 28 and late in 30s and stuff like that. So I was like the young gun, right? I like 23, 24. I was like really young, the rookie. Just the transition of it all. Like I said, that was like my first big move, being away from America and living in Spain, Madrid to be exact. And I just think just the language barrier, I think, was a big like adversity thing for me, and then trying to adjust to their style of play of basketball. Americans is all like athleticism. You see the NBA, you see Russell Westbrook catching bodies. Everybody's catching bodies left and right. But then you go overseas, it's more strategical, right? They run your plays, cuts, back doors. You really got to be precise with your movements. So it was just definitely a difference of both worlds in basketball.
So it seems like as far as the sports, like basketball experience, is more like calculated things versus just go out there and show out whatever.
Exactly pretty much. Yeah, that's a simplified.
Even here, like even playing at the gym or like in high school or whatever grade you're in, it always seems like everybody wants to be on their little island and do their thing, no matter what sport it is.
True.
So I mean, I guess that's a huge, especially if going to another place to play basketball where they're already in a system. It's got to be like, I mean, even for somebody who's used to playing under plays and stuff like that and everything, it's got to be a huge difference as far as that goes. But
definitely.
And I can definitely relate to you a little bit when you were saying like that, everyone being older than you and stuff. It's like obviously it's not on the same scale because I'm still in the United States. Everyone still speaks English and stuff, but like I was telling you before, I work at AT&T. When I started there, I'm like, there were other young-ish guys starting with me, but I'm 19 now. I was 18 when I started. The second youngest guy is 25. The rest are like 30 and up. So it is kind of like, you have to like find the things you have in common with people who are a lot older than you, different generation.
Did you feel like they had like expectations already, like the older guys? I know for me, being in Spain, that was my first year, fresh out of college. I think for me personally, like being overseas, you come from America, right? So instantly they think you're LeBron James, right? I mean, and that's like it's like LeBron. Like Michael Jordan. Donald Trump. I'm like, yo, whoa. But it's like, and that's a that's a gift and a curse. Honestly, that's a gift and a curse. The gift is, right, they think highly of you in ways you're going to get the ball a lot because they have this high expectation of you, right? But then the curse is when you don't meet up to their standards, then it's like, you're trash, go home. And it's like, you're a rookie.
Fucking American, get this piece of shit.
This
guy, get him out of here.
Exactly. So imagine being
Damn.
And there was a time my rookie year, we were just on a losing streak kind of. So I'm the American, you know, they have high expectations for me. We're losing. And then it's like, it's all on me, right? They don't blame like the Spaniard players or the other European. They blame the black American kid. Like, we brought you here to be Michael Jordan. What's wrong with you?
You were supposed to bring us to the top of the standings.
And it's like,
we fucking brought you all the way across the fucking ocean.
And
what are you doing?
Exactly. Like, bro, it was brutal, man. So I think, like I said, it kind of helped me become more of a man, taking criticism well and honestly not giving up. There's times where I wanted to come home. I can't even lie to you boys. There's times where I definitely want to come home, but my parents, you know, definitely helped me in that situation. Said, man, tough it out. This is only going to make you stronger. And ultimately it did. It made me definitely stronger. So I'm glad I didn't give up. So
I mean, like I said, you know, I've talked to you about it before. It's like, especially for like people who actually do or who are aware that you played over here and stuff like that, and you are from the area. It's cool to see, you know, like that. You know, anybody from anywhere can do it.
Facts.
So a lot of kids really kind of that's one thing that gets on a lot of kids. You know, when they're playing and they're younger and like maybe they get cut from a team or whatever the hell it may be. You know, it all it is that you put in the work and you know try your best or whatever, and you can kind of do a lot of things that you really didn't think you could.
Facts.
Obviously, you know. Blessing with, you know, height and stuff like that is also good.
That does help a little bit. But no, he's right. Rayshawn's right. Just to kind of piggyback off what he said, getting cut from a team and stuff like that. I don't know if he knew, but you know, we all went to the same high school. Yeah. Freshman year, I was not good. I was on the freshman B team, and I remember specifically the coaches was like, maybe you should think of another sport. Like they told me that, and they told me that. So imagine being like, you're freshman, 15, 16 years old, 14 maybe, and hearing that from a coach. But they say, we'll put you on the team because you know you tried. But imagine hearing that. But like I said, I kind of overcame that. But yeah, look it up. I was on the freshman B team.
Yeah. And that like had to be a good experience, like, you know, as hard as it is to hear that. That's sure. Yeah, it had to humble you because like there, you know, there was a lot of kids, especially when I was going there on the basketball team, who like have that mindset of I'm gonna be this and that, and but not actually like putting in the grind that someone who's like bottom tier is gonna put in.
True.
Yeah, and just because they think that they have enough natural ability, but they don't mix that natural ability with grinding
and hard work,
practicing.
I saw it today as like it was something about it where it was talking about how you know, even like no matter how, and this goes for anybody with talent or anybody who puts in work, it's something that a lot of people, it's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people, but like no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, even if you get far, like whether you're successful with it or not, there's always somebody that's better. So like you gotta always have that in your head that like, you know, I'm not invincible out here. Like somebody can always top me or whatever the fuck is going on.
That's true. You're absolutely right.
And then, you know, obviously since, you know, you're back in the States now and stuff like that, I know it's obviously kind of probably refreshing. But is it like, because obviously you're starting your brand now, what's the biggest like, you know, thing that obviously carried over or something that you feel is like more of a challenge from going from playing sports, like doing business and like everyday stuff now?
That's a great question, actually. I think the correlation between, you know, being a professional overseas basketball player and like this business entrepreneur thing that I have now going on is punctuality, right? You always got to be on time with everything. For me, and communication, that's important. I think punctuality and communication is big. If I have I have multiple manufacturers that I've, you know, talked to when producing my hoodies, shirts, sweaters, whatever, and sometimes I make samples and they're not that good. And sometimes I'll, you know, call my manufacturers like, hey, this didn't turn out right. And sometimes it'll take them days to reply to me. That was like one of my first early years of like early times of doing my brand. And I was like, this sucks. I can't run a business with a manufacturer who's not communicating with me at least within 24 hours. He's taking like 3 days, and I was like, I can't work like that. And being on time too, things were getting delivered late. I mean, granted, COVID was happening, but these were getting delivered way, way late. And I was like, I can't have a supply and demand type company where people are asking for, you know, a demand and I can't supply them with it because I don't have the inventory, you know? So I think the correlation with that is overseas is like, obviously, come on time to practice, communicate with your coaches, communicate with your teammates, being punctual, doing the things you have to do, not people telling you, hey, you got to do this. If you're an athlete, basketball player, like I think you kind of mentioned it, you got to want to put in work, right? You got to want to do the things that sometimes your coach is not going to tell you to do. They shouldn't tell you to put up extra shots, right? And the correlation for here in the business is I got to be on top of my manufacturer. No one's gonna say, "Hey, GodSon, make sure your manufacturer's bringing this is on time." You gotta make sure. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's
it's
like,
kind of like the whole like you have to have that drive in yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like you gotta have a go-getter mindset.
It's like it's kind of like the whole like you probably heard the term you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink.
Exactly.
You can't really. You can try and lead someone on the path to learning accountability, but that's something they got to have in themselves. True. You can't, because as much as you hammer some people just don't want to put in the work, and
exactly.
As much as you're trying to help them, just don't want to do it.
Don't
want to follow through on it.
And there's plenty of people that I've seen with one talent, two, they put in the work, but they don't, try to get themselves past that step of like, oh, I'm here now what's next for me? Like, I know a couple people who I've played sports with and stuff like that, they were really good, and it's like they were kind of lazy off, when they weren't, on the court or whatever, field, whatever it was that they were doing. And you could tell because it would carry over. Like, if you're lazy and you don't really care about your craft when you're not playing, it's like it shows because, if you don't take it serious whenever you're
not
doing anything related to it, there's no...
It's the worst.
That
too,
applies
like,
to everything.
When someone has, like, you can see they have
a gift. They have the opportunity.
They have like the talent.
They
have they have the tools. They have the talent. You could see that they could be this person who they want to be, this career path, whatever they want to do. You can see they have the qualities to do it. They just are not willing to put in the work.
Man.
To expand. They don't want to better themselves.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of complacency, in my opinion, and being a big fish in a little pond. Like, Ray John, like, 'cause I've known him damn near my whole life, right? Like, and he could tell you, he could vouch for me, honestly. Like, he knows I was in the gym because I would see him because he was really like a little baby. He was like a little small, but just always shooting. But he saw me in the gym, whether it's Prairie Lakes, West Park, Rexplex.
This dude was everywhere.
I'm just always in the gym. So like you guys are just referring to, you got to beat on your craft and stay in the gym and you got to get out that mindset. Is like, yeah, I'm the best here. I'm okay. You're the best at Prairie Lakes. You're the best at West Park. But then it's like, what are you gonna do now to take yourself to the next level?
Yeah. Now can you be the best in like the Midwest? Or, like, the best in,
and even like the LeBron James, the Michael Jordans. Like, yeah, maybe at one point, they might be widely considered the best. But
there's always somebody right behind him.
Someone's gonna come up and become better.
That's
than
what I'm saying.
They're gonna get old.
That's why the whole
thing. Your legacy. Everyone's gonna remember it.
Everyone's gonna remember it.
But
there's always somebody else.
There's always somebody else.
How many people are talking about LeBron compared to MJ? Like,
it's, not as much as it used to be, but it's because one, it's obviously, especially now, the NBA's completely changed around, and two, it's like there's obviously
so much other talent.
Yeah, there's so much other talent that's coming up.
I'm not
everybody
educated enough in basketball to get in the argument of which one's better.
Yeah.
But in terms of who's being talked about now, it's LeBron because he's playing right now.
Yeah,
of
course.
And then 10 years down the road, whenever LeBron
retires,
superhuman decides to retire,
it's gonna probably be Giannis.
Someone else is gonna be. They're gonna be talking about him.
Like you guys are saying, it's always the next man up. Your legacy is gonna be great, but then it's like, okay, what next?
Do what you can to cement that legacy.
Exactly.
And the thing that I like to think about a lot is like, what we're talking about, with everybody, the people that don't want to put in the work or whatever, and then they wonder like, what happened, or like, what they could have done differently. Is like, we have to remember, like, even if you are the best, so to say, person or whatever it may be at any given time, if you stop putting in that work, there's somebody right behind you willing to take the opportunity from you at any moment.
Exactly.
So like, and that goes for anything. So if whatever anybody's doing,
put in the work.
Keep putting it in. Don't give up
work.
on it. Yeah. I did have, because we were talking about school, and obviously being in school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, what, like, I don't know. I'm sure everybody's noticed it, but like, over recent years, the entire planet has become pillows, soft. What has happened? What happened? And the thing, like, I almost feel like, in a way, like I was gonna say, because we were talking about school, I almost feel like school has a bit of part to play in it, because like, there's so many things in school that you used to be able to do, not only like playing games wise, but also like just to like settle differences with people that you just can't do.
Yeah,
like,
that's it. I love this topic so much. But I feel
let it rip.
There we go.
But no, this is what I feel. This is what I feel. I think it does stem from school and obviously at home as well too. But I feel like just how the world is going, everybody wants to be accepted, right? And that's a good thing. I'm not saying that's bad, but like, think about it today. Like, comedians back in the day, like from your Bernie Macs to your Eddie Murphys, Chris Tuckers, Dave Chappelle's early day. Think of what they were saying compared to now, what people could say now. Cancel culture, cancel culture. You can't say that. It's like, and I get it. And it's like, I get it. Everybody now wants to be mindful of all the, the genders and races and sexes. And I agree. I am not one to hate on anybody religiously, sex-wise, anything
Whatever
like that.
Whatever you do you.
Yeah, just do you. But it's like,
exactly.
Like Rachel said, I think we're getting to the point where it's like, now we can't say anything. We can't have fun. We can't do nothing.
Yeah,
it's like people are so sensitive now.
There's jokes I've made before like that. People laughed at like, whatever. Now there's jokes where I'll make them, and it's like people will be like, "Oh, how could you say that?" Like
exactly. Yeah. It's like,
if I said that 3 years ago, you would have fucking laughed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's literally like the same person who is really offended by this joke now might have like.
They might have been cracking up with you about it.
And granted, people do change. There is stuff that I would have laughed at that I don't
true.
laugh at now because it's just wrong.
Yeah. But there's some that are like, it shouldn't be upsetting.
It's minor.
Yeah. And I think that's what, like you said, it's like we're getting to a point where like we have to accept so much stuff that there can't be any wrong. Like
there's
that's not how life works.
Yeah, like we gotta poke fun at some stuff. Like that's
how life works.
And I get it. I feel like it is a touchy subject. Like I said, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I gotta make that clear. I'm not trying to offend anybody.
We're just speaking truth here.
I'm just want to say like. I'm an African American guy. I'm pretty sure you guys both know plenty of African American jokes about you name whatever, right? Like slavery, this and that. I get it. It's whatever to me. Like, and
that's what I say all the time.
If I can laugh, and that's why I feel like I could talk about this subject because if I'm not biased towards, you can't make fun of blacks, like. I'll laugh at if it's a funny black joke, I'm laughing. I'm laughing at a funny black joke. So it's like if there's a funny Jewish joke, funny Hispanic joke, funny homosexual joke, whatever it is, I'm gonna laugh because I think it's genuinely funny, and not because I hate that race or I hate that certain group. And I think like.
That's what people are starting to assume is that like, if you laugh at it, you hate them.
Yeah, that's not it. That's not it at all.
Comedy is comedy. It don't matter how which way you spin it.
You know how many funny ass Italian jokes I've heard?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
His Dago does this. His Dago
that's what I'm trying to say.
It's funny as shit.
Yeah, it's just the cancel culture. I think that's what we're in right now. It's the cancel culture.
It's something that in some ways I've seen it work. Where there's certain things that cool. I understand why they were doing it, but there's ones where it's like, damn, that's just unnecessary. You're just causing problems for no reason. You just want to have attention or something like that.
Exactly.
But that's one of the big ones for sure with a lot of people today. I was gonna say this one was big. I started to talk about it earlier, but I kind of cut us off, so we didn't really talk about it too much before we got into it. But a lot of schools, especially Maine West even, and Maine West, you're cool and all, but this is very stupid, very very stupid thing, and I'm gonna say why. Mm-hmm. Basically, in recent years, I don't know if they did it for you or if it was after you were there.
Oh, it is worse for us if you're going to talk about the pushing people through.
Oh, yeah. But what I was saying is, I don't know if your grade experienced it, but I know my sisters did it for sure. But what happened was, I don't know what the clause or rule or whatever they did that they changed, but there's now points given even if you don't do anything. Exactly.
No, yeah, we had that.
I wish we had that when I was in high school.
You can't get a 0%. The lowest you can get is a 40%.
Basically,
so you're saying pretty much they give you a point just for showing up to class.
Yeah, they give you half the credit.
If you don't show up, you'll get the 40.
Really, and that's like the bare minimum. Like that's the
40. So you'll pass no matter what.
But it's 40 in the new. That's what I'm saying. So now is 40 passing or is it 40 the new 0?
40 is passing. That's enough to pass.
So somebody who doesn't do their homework fails every test.
There's certain assignments where you'll get a 40%, but you'll get 0 points. So your overall grade will still be negatively affected. And that's like tests and stuff. If you don't show up to a test, it's going to destroy your grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if it's like homework, like, I'm going to be honest, I was pretty good in school, but I had a couple months span, like my junior year, where I just was not doing homework. I was like, I'm doing good enough on the test to get like C's.
Yeah, why do the homework?
Why do the homework? Yeah,
if I did the homework, I probably could have gotten B's or A's.
Were you in the era of doing school online and stuff like that, or no? You graduated right before that happened.
He graduated like during that time,
mid-year,
midst of it.
Mid-year, we actually in March of 2020, right when all this
started.
Right
as it closed down, he graduated.
Everything closed.
So you're the year that didn't have the whole graduation ceremony.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we had for school though, the last 2 months, they started doing the the Zoom classes.
Yeah.
And then we got an email one day where it's like, the grades are now frozen. If you continue to do the work, you can get your grade up. But from here on out, if you do all the work and your grade goes down, we're just going to give you the grade you had when it stopped. Which this is something. The pushing through thing. No, I actually like this because none of us online school doesn't work.
I don't think it is. I mean, I never did it. You did it, so I'm
I
taking your word for it. Y'all both did it.
I don't think in the final stretch of the year it is fair to throw us an online school and then have our grades tank.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
What I was saying is if your whole year is online and you do that, that's kind of BS.
No,
but I understand for you guys because even for me, I had to experience it too.
This whole thing was new to everyone.
So you had half, like you guys had to go on site and then
so like halfway through the semester, they were like, "Oh, well, we're locking down. Don't show up." I was like, "Okay." We had like that. There was like I think it was a 2-week window or a 2-3 week window where there was like no school. It was almost about a month and maybe a few weeks where there was no classes, nothing. And then all of a sudden, they're like, "All right, we're gonna start doing it again." And for me, they still graded us normally. So like, you know, I'm in college, so obviously it's a little different. But they graded us normally. But for you, it was like, all right, don't do the work. You still get the points. Cool.
So like, is that like a way for them to like cope with people who do work online now? Like, you don't log in, you get 40 points.
It's a way for them to push people through so their numbers look
the problem.
better.
And now this is where the problem comes in because what I saw this as was like if they continue to do this for so many years, let's say this point threshold goes up to 50 and then 60, at a certain point. When colleges are looking at these kids graduating from schools that are doing this and be like, well, this kid's a fucking joke. He got he could have been getting free points the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. So like that's not you're only hurting the kid in the long run. If you're just trying to push him through because like Rajan's talking about, like by the time they get to college, unless college changes into that type of system, which I don't see happening, these kids are going to be fucked when they get to university, and they're not going to know shit. And the professor's going to be like, didn't you learn this in high school? They'd be like,
I didn't do shit.
I got the credit for it. Was I there? No.
I wasn't even there. I wasn't even in the school. I was laying in my bed.
Like, I don't know, like online schooling. Like, I'll be first to tell you guys, like, I'll be the first to tell you guys, like, online schooling for me, I never had to do that. So I'll be the first to tell you that I wouldn't have been successful with it. So I mean, that shit's hard.
I didn't like it either when we were doing it.
I would say it did kind of suck, especially for like being in college and I'm in a field where you have to do a lot of like work with other people.
Yeah.
Because there's the random ass dude who's fucking either high or drunk every day. He doesn't fucking log on to the Zoom to begin with, and if he does, he gets on the Zoom and goes back to sleep. So like, and then God forbid you get stuck with that asshole.
Yeah,
it's like
you get put in like the meeting rooms with them.
Yeah, and you can't even be like, yo, bro, let's do the work because you're not in person. So they're gonna be like, fuck you, bro, I'm going to sleep. Like, what the fuck?
Are they doing that now? So what's going on with Maine West and
right now? Because I was actually at Maine West a couple days.
They're in person now.
They're in person.
They're in person.
I think they have the optional thing again, where you can like kind of stay home if you feel like you're sick or whatever, or you don't want to get sick. But if you want to go in person, they have it available. From what I saw though, when I was at the school, it was packed. So I'm assuming most of them are there.
Yeah, I've seen some people there when I drive by.
I'll be real with you. I wouldn't learn shit. I have to be at school. Like if I want to learn, I'm a physical learner.
Yeah.
I like sometimes will space out, and I've had like some of my better teachers at Maine West would be like, hey.
Yeah, it's way easier to pay attention in person than it is
for sure.
Because on Zoom, I'm at the crib. I got the game right here. I got the TV.
Yeah, you got the TV. You're
especially like
not paying attention.
It was also a little different when these were teachers we met in person, and now we're talking to online. But if they're the teachers we met online, I have no
connection. That's a really good point.
Relation.
That's a great ass point because I feel like a lot of people are forgetting that. Like it's all about the relationships you make with your professors or teachers, or whatever like that. And like you just said, if you're not meeting these guys in person, you just for the first time online shit, you're not gonna respect them. Yeah, you're not paying attention. That's a really good point, though. That's true. That's true.
I will say, for being online with school, it's definitely. I would say it's definitely an interesting experience. Definitely different. It definitely made me have to like time manage a little better because like when you're in the class and you're online, obviously you could play the game or whatever. You're right there. You kind of forget that you're even in class. Like there's times that I wouldn't even like the teacher would have called me. I'd be like, whatever. Like
I was on the Discord with
Fortnite in class. They don't call us. The teachers like calling your name or some shit.
Yeah, they do. But like, I'll be like, oh shit, 1 second, let me mute.
Hold on.
Yeah,
squad wife.
Yeah, I have to like. I'll be like, the teacher will call me. Thank God I actually did my homework. There was kids who didn't. You could tell, but like, they would call me and be like, oh, what's the answer to whatever, or what did you do for the thing? I'm like, oh, hold on. I'd be like to this guy, like, all right, let me mute real quick. I'll be right back. Give me a second. I gotta answer this question. And I answer the question or whatever, and then just go right back.
Really?
It's like
I saw like videos like on TikTok or shit. Like students play jokes on their teachers. Like, did y'all do that? Like,
I let my friend join. I gave him the access code. And he was like,
did he really? Did he join?
He put his name as some racist shit. So like it was funny. And so he joins, and the teacher's like, who is that? And I was like. They were like, it looks like someone's hacked our classroom, and I was like, nah, bro, nobody hacked it.
There was one when I was in high school.
The teacher kicked him out, or the teacher was like, "Can you state your business here?" He's like, and he turns on his mic. He goes, "Honestly, I'm just trying to learn."
Free education. So all you have to do is give somebody the access code. They can just hop
in. That's why it's so bad. Like, that's why it really should be a Discord because you can.
Discord makes so much more sense,
and it's so much easier.
Make a Discord for the class, have all your students in it, and have it a private code.
It's so much easier. Private code, invite only.
You can make it so only the admin can invite people too.
And like the thing is, the problem with that is like Zoom, as much as it is a nice service, it's cool and all. There's a lot of flaws with it because the access code, even if you're the host, if you send it to somebody, they can see it as soon as you send it. So they can just copy it and put it to anybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Discord, if you invite somebody, it's a one-time use. Like you go set it to one-time use. So if they use it, that's it.
Yeah, online shit would not work for me. I'm definitely giving all the codes to all my homies just to bullshit and just to come in and start bullshitting.
Right. I had one in high school.
Dude, teachers really expect us not to cheat. I'm sorry, bro. I was cheating like a motherfucker.
I'm sorry, bro.
I was on check answers every day.
If I'm doing online class, I mean, unless there's like a proctor looking at you while I'm taking the test,
Dude, I had one. Oh my god. I had one where they were allowed to use the calculator. So I had a graphing calculator.
Yeah. Oh, I remember this. Yo,
you had to show your whole room. I held the calculator up to the camera. Like, I'm using this.
I'm using this, motherfucker.
I don't know if there's audio. If there was, I said out loud, I'm using this. It is right here. And I put it on my desk. And so, obviously I'm like sitting in front of my computer like this, my graphing calculator. Test gets submitted. Like a week later, I get like an email from like the academic office.
Yeah.
You need to schedule a meeting for cheating or whatever it was.
You cheating bastard.
So I go West? No, this was at Oakton.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, because I went there for like 2 semesters while in between me high school and the job I have now.
Yeah.
And so I meet with this guy. I'm like, dude, I use a calculator and we're allowed to use it. And he was like, we had this whole conversation. He's like, well, you seem like a good kid, so I'm gonna just waive it. And you just, let your teacher know and stuff. I actually wasn't cheating. I had a calculator.
So that's what I'm saying. Were they saying no calculators allowed, or was
no?
Just
they were trying to say I was using my phone.
Oh,
yeah. They started saying he was cheating.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see,
was,
I'd be trying to cheat. I mean, I don't know. I would try, but like I said, when you have a proctor, you really can't. So it's really tough.
There's some teachers like, or some courses that will require you to download, fucking whatever to be able to monitor whatever you're doing.
Oh, really? So they
Counterlock?
Yeah, Counterlock. Or there's another one that was, I don't remember the name of it, but there was another similar one too that did the same thing where you had to, so they could actually see if you were on your computer cheating, but if you're on your phone, they can't really catch you with that. I mean, I sometimes when they would like make us like share our screens while we were doing our test, I would use my laptop. I'd have this thing next to me like this, and I'd be typing like this.
Really?
Yeah.
So just like looking like this and shit.
I would do like I was looking at because I put it like right next to my keyboard, so it looked like I was looking down typing on my keyboard. So
sometimes with like the 2 monitors, it's like you want to do it, but it's like, what if I like slip up or something?
Yeah, you're like, fuck, it opened in this one. Shit.
Because I'm pretty sure how that Counterlock works is it's like when you go in Discord and you share a screen.
Yeah,
you can see the one monitor.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what if I like drag it?
Yeah, if I accidentally drag it by accident, it opens on this screen. Like, oh shit!
Close it. You just see like, what is the square root? Like,
I don't know what that was. Somebody's hacking me. I swear.
I swear.
What else is there? I had memories with school. Obviously, we have said some of these ones just talking about recent stuff, but like I had one listed for like for example, things that used to have in class. I remember one that I wrote down was the behavior tiles, like the little like squares, and you had to put them on a little chart. There was like a red, green, and yellow one. They did it at terrace school. I know they did for a fact. And like if you were like bad, obviously, you put a red one there for the day. If you were like, kind of good or you messed around a little bit, you get like a yellow one. And if you're good, you just got a green one. It was something
so
so
you had
stupid.
the same ones. A yellow's kind of like, just a warning. If you had a red card, you had to like sit out for recess.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
and ours, they had a blue card, and you'd have to like go to the principal or something.
Damn, you were really fucking up. You got the blue one.
So what did you have to do to keep fucking up? Just like turn in your homework
it was like behavioral things, like how you're behaving in class, or if you turn shit in or whatever. At least for ours, I know. If you like, like being like a disruptions of class.
Like, breaking pencils and
like
shit
repeatedly.
Like
Obviously, you had to really try to get the red one because like teachers were trying to be nice.
That was
the
big one because everyone. And that was like right when you get enough strength to break a pencil.
Right when you get enough.
Yeah, fucking you. Yeah, let's go.
In elementary school,
puberty kicked in and shit.
Let's go. You're like,
let's
go. I can break a pencil.
I can't remember. I don't even know if we had anything like that. I was just a bad kid. They just to take me to the.
Wait, you were still? Were you at Terrace still when they?
No, I went to Chippewa. I never went to Terrace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was gonna say because at Terrace, I know they had this class, they had, I don't know, what elementary did you go to?
It was in the city called Chicago Academy. Me and Stanley went there. Yeah.
All right, for sure.
So
I was gonna say
we're just bad kids.
if you're in the in our area now, they had this thing called, I think it was called TAP. Well, at least ours was. There's different names for each school, but like there's after school programs, right? So it was like the school's name and then after school program. So it's Terrace after school program. They try to make it sound all cool by making it TAP or whatever. Anyway, they had like these different like people come in and they would like do like classes. Like one was like sports class, and each day was a different one. So you got to do a different one like each day or whatever. And one was sports, one was like magic. They had like music. They had all these like it's like extra. It was like almost like electives basically, but after school. Yeah,
that's cool.
It was pretty cool because it gave us kind of like.
So this is like when your parents can't pick you up right away.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was a choice to do it or not. So even if your parents could, you could be like, all right,
I want to
sign up. I want to sign up.
Okay, that's cool. That's actually pretty dope.
Yeah. So I don't know why they don't do stuff like that anymore. Because that one specifically was really good, especially for introducing us into new like hobbies and shit. Because I got into doing more stuff like I guess there was one that was even like a arts and crafts / wood shop type of thing. I got into that for a little bit.
That's dope.
That led into me taking that class in middle school. Cause I was like, oh, that was cool. And when I did it, in elementary school, why not try it again and actually get a grade for it and see how I could do. That class, I think now it doesn't even exist anymore. Like, shop classes and anything in Chippewa. Cause so many kids, even when I was there, they would nail their fingers to shit. And I'm like,
so home ec and all that shit's gone?
Home ec is there. Cause that's cooking and shit.
We had, what was it called? Like IT or something.
IT, yeah, those were called IT.
IT is cool. I hope they still do those stuff for like Ray John is saying, like to introduce a young kid to those type of things at an early age is gonna only interest them as they get older and say, hey, I want to fully indulge into this activity or this hobby or whatever like that. No, I hope they still do it. Did they like cancel it or something?
I don't know if they made a new version or whatever, but I know that it stopped when I was in like.
I just wish they would do more stuff like that to promote trades. People.
True. Like, not only trades, but just more fields in general.
As someone who's actually in a trade, like, I don't understand why. Like, it's kind of going away a little bit at a time, but there's just been a stigma around trades for like.
You're a failure.
They used to be like the shit, and like college was like not really
worth it.
There, Then it's flopped. And I just I wish we could have that middle ground because a lot of people
because trades are really useful.
They just assume that it's like they assume that it's like people that are in it are people that are too dumb for college. It's not.
Or they're failures or whatever.
Yeah, I know a lot of. You can't just walk into a trade.
No, you still got to know your shit. Yeah, like, for sure.
I know a lot of very successful people who did trade. That's what I'm saying. I personally never knew that was the
person who owns this house was in trade.
Like seriously, really, that's like the whole thing behind it. Oh, you go trade, you're a failure.
Yeah, type of thing. It's like, oh, you were an idiot. You couldn't make it to college. Like you had to do trade.
I know guys who went to college and are idiots and failures. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's a fact. Yeah, that's seriously. Exactly. I'm just being real with you guys. Like, it's all about I think it's all about the individual specifically. But I mean, I hate the whole you go to college, you're successful.
Go into whatever you have a passion to do.
Exactly.
Literally.
Sure.
That's all it is. It's doing what you like to do at the end of the day.
Facts. Facts.
I heard a bunch of people say it's like, dude, if you're more happy, like there's somebody. I mean, obviously money is cool and all to have, but like if you're more happy doing something that doesn't make you as much money as something that would make you unhappy. Why the fuck would you do that just to get a check? Like do what you're enjoying.
I truly agree.
If you can do what you're doing that you like doing, and let's say you're not making enough of it, if you find a new way or a cool thing that you could do with that, there's always somebody out there who's probably gonna like it or somebody who's probably interested and you could probably make something out of it. So
I agree with Ray John. I think do what you love, man. Do what you love.
Ah, damn. I had another one down there. I remember from fucking elementary school. Fucking patrol duty. Yo, I don't know if y'all did that.
Oh,
patrol when you had the little.
Oh yeah, I took advantage of that.
Yo, I took advantage of that.
There was actually a TV show on Disney Channel called like Fillmore. You guys ever watch?
Yeah, Fillmore was lit. The best episode. He was like, that chicken was dry. Real dry.
Like, hold on. Why are they getting so serious? Like, y'all supposed to be school patrol. Like, why you at my house? Right. This nigga Fillmore would go to motherfuckers' houses and talk about you're arrested. I saw what you did at school. Like, nigga, if you don't get away from my house.
He was a cop.
Yeah. Facts. Literally. There was one bitch. I don't know how. That somebody like pulled like a whole baseball card heist in the one episode. He was like, Penny, I know you stole those baseball cards. I was like, bro, what is this CSI? What the fuck?
It was definitely an outlandish show, but no, I think that in my school, when I was in elementary school at Chicago Academy, they only made like the best students to patrol people. Like how you guys were talking about.
That's how it was.
You had to have the green. Like if anybody who had the yellow or red, you're not being no patrol.
Sorry, you can't make it.
You can't make it.
I only wanted to get. I was like in class every day. I was like, all right, let's pay attention. I'm trying to get on patrol. so I can get out of class early and get the free hot chocolate and shit.
It's clout. It comes with clout, man. You get
we had the hot chocolate too. That's funny. We literally had
hot chocolate was fire, bro.
I never did patrol, but the people that did had the hot chocolate. And I was
with the patrol thing, they let us if you had the little what do you call it?
Sash or whatever.
The sash or whatever. You can walk into any of the faculty rooms and shit. I'm like, damn, I'm with the staff.
Always got caught with the faculty, shaking up with the faculty.
Yo, what up, G? We in the staff room with it.
It's stupid, man. Don't shake it up with faculty.
That was so awesome, bro. I used to love doing patrol though, because you would get out of class early for once. You're like, damn, all right, well, it's patrol day. See you, teach. I gotta go.
See you, teach.
You outside, you gotta do the little crosswalk to it was literally 5 feet. If you can't walk 5 feet without somebody helping,
crosswalk.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
From the sidewalk to the parking lot across from the other parking
yeah.
lot.
You can walk across this by yourself. But nah, dude, I think that was probably one of the most fun things. I know for the people that did patrol at least at my school in elementary school, the last few weeks of the season before playoffs started for baseball, they would take us to a game. So we have to go to a Cubs game. Cubs game, not the only game I've been to, because I've been to a couple after that, but the one Cubs game I had been to at that time, they fucking hit a grand slam for the win. I was like, no fucking way. I'm in fucking third grade. I'm like, damn, this is fucking crazy. I'm like a fucking little third grader from fucking Des Plaines watching baseball. I'm like, holy shit.
So they took only the patrol.
Yeah, it was just patrol. So it was maybe 20 people at the most.
That's a good incentive to try to get on patrol.
I've never been to a Cubs game, and we were supposed to go on a field trip for our statistics class senior year, and then COVID happened, and everything got canceled.
Yeah, damn. So you didn't have no senior trip, no nothing.
Me personally with sports, I the Cubs are cool and all, but I feel like their fans are just all old heads, and they're all gatekeepers. It's really annoying. The Sox, you go to a Sox team, you're like, damn, this is lit. Everybody's happy.
I'm more of a Sox fan.
Everybody's happy, ready to watch some baseball. You go to a fucking Cubs game, they're like, Sox suck. This and that. I'm like, dude.
Go to
We're
Wrigley.
all from the same city, bro. Fuck you.
You go to
best
Wrigley.
Part is the beer snakes.
Yeah,
the beer snakes.
Bro, come on, man. It's as much as I would, love to, enjoy that environment. It's as much as it's I guess traditional baseball stadium. It is a landmark for sure. It's iconic.
Mm-hmm.
The fans just kind of ruin it. I'm gonna be honest. I've never really had a great experience. Watching baseball is cool and all, but as far as the fan experience, interacting with other fans. There's a game I went to with some friends last summer. I had random ass people dapping me up because they hit a home run. I'm like, I don't even know you, but
see, that's the love, man. That's the love.
That's
high five. Yeah, that's the shit how it should be.
Same with I went to this past summer. I went to San Diego. I went to a Padres game, there too, because my sister lives out there now, so we went to visit her. Same thing. I go in. Random ass, dude, this chubby Hispanic dude sitting a few rows in front of me. He's like, home run. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, that was such a great experience. That's because somebody coming from out of town, for example, me going there, or let's say somebody comes here to go to a Cubs game, and that's their first experience. And some old head being like, yo, fuck your team, that ruins baseball. That ruins sports. That's fucked up.
Never want to go to an event.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to go fucking.
I went to an Islanders game, a New York Islanders game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Hawks were playing them. We happened to be in New York visiting some friends of ours.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm 12.
Yeah.
11, 12. The Hawks end up losing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm we're walking by, and we're all walking out with our Hawks jerseys on and shit. This these drunk dudes walk up to me and they're like,
fuck the Hawks.
You guys fucking suck. The Hawks suck. I'm like,
just
dude,
itching for a fight.
I'm
right?
First of all, I'm dude,
I'm 12.
I'm 12. Second of all, your team's bottom 5. The Hawks are first in the league. You beat us once. We're about to go win.
Championship.
They were about to go win 2 more.
That's their Stanley Cup.
Just because you guys won 4 cups in the 70s doesn't mean you're still cool.
That's years ago. I wasn't even alive for that, you bum ass dude.
None of us were alive.
Fans definitely get. I guess that's a gift and a curse thing too, right?
Yeah.
Where you're happy that your fans get into it, but then on the curse part, it's
know the limit.
Yeah, know the limit, man. I know people fighting over and killing people, and bro.
Yeah, bro. What? We're just trying to watch sports. If you
you
said, if you go to a stadium and somebody is talking shit to you, you're just trying to enjoy your experience. That ruins it for people. Not only that, but it's now they might not come back to, the city just in general, or they might not, enjoy that sport anymore that they might have loved. Where it's other stadiums where it's like they'll talk trash. Like, there was fans from another team sitting right in front of us. Their team hit a good ball. We're like, damn, like that sucks. We're like, they turn around, they're like, like just as a joke. Like we're not like fuck you, like throwing beers at them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People throwing beers and
we're like, then come on, our team gets a good play. We're like, look at you, like same shit. Like it's fun.
Dap up at the end of the day. At the end of the game, everybody goes home happy.
We're like, good game. Like it's cool. Like it's whatever.
Nah, there's not people like that anymore, man.
Nah,
everybody's too. I don't know, man. What it is.
Everybody has their like tunnel vision, and that's it. It's like that's they get their like idea of like what they want to do, and it ain't going anywhere else. If my team's better, my team's better. That's it. New York Knicks, baby. That's like
Hawks currently losing 5-0, by the way.
Ouch. Ouch.
Sorry.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't been to a Hawks game this year, actually.
Yeah, that's the only. I think that's one of the few teams that I haven't seen. I've seen everybody besides them and the Bears in person.
I haven't. No, I haven't been to a Bears game. I went to Soldier Field.
I went to Soldier Field for a Fire game. I've been to a Chicago Fire too, actually, before I went to a Bears game.
I went to a Fire game too. Yeah, I've never been to a Bears game. Wow, I felt that's.
I don't know why that's like
I've
a
never
common
been to
thing.
a Bears or Cubs, but I've been to a Sox and Hawks.
Yeah,
I've never been to a Bulls either.
The Bulls are fun. I went when they play the Cavs. That's my favorite team. So like
Bulls, of course. The Bears were actually good. It was like 2-3 years ago when they had Trubisky and shit.
This year would be the year to go see the Bulls. They're playing like motherfucker.
Bulls,
I'm trying to go to a game within the next few weeks here because like they're playing really good. And
Lonzo's hurt.
Yeah, what happened? How did he
they
get
said
hurt?
his knee. I think he has a meniscus tear. He's getting surgery.
Oh, meniscus.
Yeah, he's out for 6
Damn, he was in the All-Star voting too.
He probably was gonna be. Was he? Yeah, he was probably gonna be All-Star.
He probably would have. He would have been in the 3-point contest. He was.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he was killing.
DeMar
and Zach LaVine's injured too. No, I heard.
Yeah, they're slowly like. I mean,
they're still. Are they still the number one in the East right now?
Yeah, I think they're like 27 or they're like 30 something or something. Let me check. I think 27 and something.
Okay.
Hey Siri, what's the Bulls' current record? Let's see what Siri says. Tell me, please. 25 and 18. Or 28 and 15, yeah.
That's so decent.
Yeah, they're first.
Let's go. Good shit.
Good.
Shout out the Bulls.
Come on, Kyrie come back when he starts playing consistently, and
that was a whole interesting.
The whole
the
vaccine
thing that they did to him. They almost basically kicked him out of the league in a way. Like, how the fuck are you part time and you're in the NBA? You're a professional athlete and you're part time. He's a
part-time NBA player, right? Because he can't play home games, right?
He can only play home games.
Only play home games.
See, he's technically a part-time professional athlete. How the fuck does that even happen? What the fuck?
So what's gonna happen? Like if let's say the Eastern Conference Final. I mean, I don't know what
if they at home. They better hope they got home court advantage.
That's what I'm saying. Because I don't know what the Bulls.
Either he plays the first few games or he misses the first few games.
Wow.
Yeah, that's gonna
like imagine that decides the series for you.
How does that even happen?
Well, what happened was the whole vaccine protocol. He didn't get the shot, but because of religious beliefs, he doesn't want to, or doesn't, can't. And so now they were at one point. They were like, okay, he could still play. He just got to get tested every time he goes to play. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden they're like, never mind, you can't play at all. So for like months, months, he couldn't play at all. And now just recently they're like, okay, he can only play home games. So technically he is a part-time professional athlete, which makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, because that's weird.
How the fuck? How does that?
Man, when you're Kyrie,
hey, what's your job, bro? Oh yeah, I'm a part-time NBA player. Nigga, what?
I'm surprised. I just like work at Culver's.
I'm surprised they didn't just. Yeah, that's just we give him weekly tests. Right?
At a certain point, he said that he didn't want to play until they either let him play, a decent amount of games, or they traded him because it was the state of New York was the thing that was stopping him at the beginning. Which was kind of crazy.
Was he still getting paid full salary? Or
no, he's still getting paid normally, but it's just because NBA, I think, is the only league that has actually fully guaranteed contracts.
Oh,
fun fact.
It's a fun fact.
Because I know I saw I don't know if you've ever watched it, but it's I think it's Brandon Marshall's podcast that he does, and they were talking about how no league has guaranteed contracts besides the NBA. And I think it's the MLB that has some, but it's only for certain players. Same with NFL. Like if you're a star player, and they guarantee your money, you're gonna get your money, even if you're injured.
Oh shit! I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah, I that was something that was crazy to me that I didn't even know about.
Some of these NBA players are signing really good, lucrative deals, man. Like nice deals.
Yeah, and then there's the random athletes like that are still getting they're like 70 years old and they're still getting paid these huge ass contracts. Like how did you finesse them that much?
A goalie
people do
in the NHL named Rick DiPietro.
Yeah,
he was like the first overall pick. He was supposed to be this generational goalie.
Mm-hmm.
He played like 2 years, signed I think a 16-year contract that he's still getting paid for.
And he's out the league already.
He's been out the league.
He hasn't played for like years.
Damn.
Like
was he injured? Was he injured? He's just old. He's
from his like rookie season, he played like 2 years and then something happened. He got injured or something. He completely retired.
Oh,
so he's still getting paid.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's a lot of ex-NBA players, guys who are not physically playing and still collecting a check. Like they're on like their last few years of their guaranteed money contract. I know Deron Williams. He was on that shit for a while.
They bought out DiPietro's contract. He's getting paid until the end of the 2028-29 season. He
How much?
Signed 1.6 mil a season.
Damn, that's still a check.
And
imagine
for
that.
You're just sitting there at the crib,
sitting there doing.
All right, you get a little notification. Oh, that 1.6 mil hit. Good luck.
Just imagine, man, still collecting a check after you officially retire.
They signed him to a
years after.
15-year, $67.5 million contract in 2006 that he is still getting paid for.
Over 10 years later.
Yeah, because
of
the buyout. You know, they paid off like more expanded.
Yeah.
So he's getting paid.
Dude, that contract's gonna last him 20 years. It was 2006 all the way to 2028. You said.
Yeah.
So it'll make it to 2020. That'd be 20 years from 2006 to 2026. Damn. Yo, he found out the code.
That's
Let me know what he's on.
So it's all about the money, man. An athlete, being an athlete in a professional sport, the longevity of it, especially for like NFL. I mean,
NFL, you're taking hits.
You're taking hits. I mean, unless you're Tom Brady and shit like that, right? He's 40 fucking probably
years?
still gonna keep playing. I don't know, but most guys retire around like that 30 mark, right? Unless you're a freak athlete like LeBron James, shit like that. Most guys plateau, whatever. 30, 31, 35, whatever. But then it's like, damn, bro, like you still kind of young in the world, and then you're making a check after that. That's a lot of
Because like 30 years old, like it's not that old. Like you're really not that old. You're just past your 20s. No. Like but I mean, for athlete wise, you're just past like prime performance. But still, like you get out into the world, and now you got fucking money out the ass.
Money out the ass and life to live.
Life to just do shit. Like
so
you don't worry about shit.
You're still young enough to do like athletic shit.
You're still young enough to do whatever you want to do. Obviously, you can't play in the NBA, or whatever league you're playing, which is obviously a blessing in itself. To be able to just play, to be able to still be able to play a sport, but to get paid for it is even crazier. That some guys like LeBron, for example, he's gonna. I
don't think he's gonna retire after next year, even though that's gonna make it 20 years.
Nah, LeBron's going until he wants to play with his son.
That's what I heard.
He's going until his son plays.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think at this rate, he's still playing like he's 20. So I mean, why not? Like,
you think they're gonna? You think Bronny? The Lakers are going to sign Brady. Like, it would have to work in his favor, right?
I would say,
or undrafted free agent.
If LeBron's son gets drafted somewhere else, he's going to try to grab a contract wherever the fuck he gets on.
Just for 1 year.
Just for a year and then be out of there.
Be crazy.
It'd be crazy if they sign him in Cleveland again. That would be tough. That'd be tough.
Would that be the first time that's happened?
Yeah, that'd be the first time a father and son have played on.
I think the only thing that came close to that was Austin Rivers and Doc Rivers having a father coach his son in the NBA. Yeah. But I don't think there's ever been a father play with his son.
Hell
LeBron
no.
would be the only first fucking.
That's crazy.
That's actually
it's crazy how old compared to NBA players. LeBron, like he's old enough to be some of the player in the league's dad. Like he could literally be some of the.
But think about Michael Jordan.
LeBron's son is he's a senior in high school right now, right?
Senior or junior? I think he's junior.
He's gonna be a one and done for sure. He'll 100% be a one and done, or he'll go straight to the G League or whatever it is.
Like Dwayne Wade's son did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's 100% going to be a one and done.
Is that good?
Yeah, he's really good.
He's solid. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. He's definitely making it to the league. Yeah. He's at Sierra Canyon tearing shit up. So.
Yeah, that's usually good for.
I think that as far as Tom Brady goes, like we were talking, I know we mentioned him. Mm-hmm. He's gonna play until they bury him on the fucking field.
You think so?
That dude says he's gonna retire every fucking season. He's back.
Now this is. I guess it's an off-topic question. So like, if you're Tom Brady, right? You already pretty much accomplished and damn near broke every fucking record there is, right? You're arguably, if not is the #1 quarterback ever in NFL history, right?
Yeah.
So would you retire off a high note or off a low note? Like, let's say
I thought he was gonna retire when they won the Super Bowl.
That's what I thought too. I was like, okay, that's great. What's that? 7 rings from now?
Dude, he's got one for almost every.
Yeah, he's like doing this and shit.
He's like this, like let's go, baby.
What do you do? I mean,
you can't do anything more. You've literally done everything you can possibly do. You have every achievement on the board.
Peyton Manning, right? Didn't he?
He retired after he won a Super Bowl.
After he won the Super Bowl, right?
In Denver.
He retired. He's like, fuck it, it's my last one. I'm good.
I won. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. So like now, it's like if Tom Brady loses, do you think that kind of like messes up his legacy a little bit?
I would say it'd be kind of a sour way to go out, but I think knowing it's Tom Brady, everybody respect him. He's done so much for the game itself.
Yeah, you're right.
And the accomplishments he's done. Who cares?
It's like Kobe when he played against Utah for the last game. Like everyone was treating that shit like it was a championship game. Kobe went off.
They're
for
literally throwing
60.
the ball for every point. Like, bro, fuck it, I ain't shooting. I'm wide open. Nah, Kobe's right there. Kobe's got 3 people on him. Give him the ball.
That was probably. Cause I'm glad I got to watch that live. That was like probably.
You went to that game?
I didn't go to it, but I just watched
it on TV. Okay. I was about to say. I know one of my old AAU coaches was at the game. I was like,
really?
Lucky son of a bitch.
Man, just to watch
the ticket for that game was probably out the roof.
Yeah, like finish your last game in the NBA with 60 points, right?
Bro, 60 points at what? 40 years old? Like what? 30-something, 40 years old?
38.
Yeah, bro.
Was,
they're literally just like, here, give Kobe the ball. Like, who cares if he's got 3 people? He's shooting it. Give him the ball.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess.
This dude was there was pictures of this dude like halfway through that season with fucking bags of ice all over his body. He's like this, like dying.
Bro, imagine, bro.
Bro.
The bang of the athlete, man, the wear and tear.
You know, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, but that is the definition of a fucking like dude who just wants to have fun and play the game he loves. Like he played for literally as long as his body could take it.
Hey man, how you feel about Westbrook?
Westbrook, as I like to call him, he is.
He's still a Hall of Famer though, but I feel like he's getting too much slander. Why are everybody slandering him so bad?
The big thing is that
he can't make shots.
He's on a team where they have all stars that can all score the ball, but how he plays is he's used to being the only guy to have to score the ball.
So now it's hard for him to kind of be. Yeah. I think in general, honestly, it's hard to play with LeBron James, and I love LeBron James. He's not my favorite player. I think it's hard to play with a guy like him.
Playing with LeBron is like you have to understand you're in a system that is gonna make you play good. But you have to be able to play in that system,
and the ball's going to go through LeBron.
But you might not look as flashy as you.
No, but you are going to have at least 20 points by the end of this game. If you're a good player and you're playing with LeBron, you're going to have at least 20 points for sure.
Because everybody who played with LeBron, who left LeBron, flourishes and shit like that.
Yeah, they always get better because now they know what to look for. How to play.
They just don't want to be the guy who finishes this great play like. They want to be the guy who makes the great play.
But
they don't want to be the guy. Because like even like some guys in the NHL, like with hockey, like they'll be decent players, but they'll have this complete all-star who just feeds them this pass and it's a tap in, and then they
don't like that.
They think they look like a plug that just is like.
But you just fucking finished the goal. Who cares? Who cares who fucking set it up? You scored it. You did. You were the one who got the point at the end of the day.
Would you want to play with LeBron James, or would you want to play against LeBron James? Honestly,
hell no, I ain't playing against no LeBron.
So you'd rather be on this team?
Give me all that. I'll stand in the corner and fucking wait for a green bean jump shot every time. Right here, come on.
Green bean.
I don't. If I'm getting paid millions to stand in the corner for LeBron to kick it out to me, and I have 15, 20 points a game, fuck it, give me that bitch. I'm shooting this motherfucker.
That's like if I'm fucking standing next to the net waiting for Connor McDavid to give me this like dime pass, and I just
like, dude, fuck it, come on,
and I'm getting like 15, 20 goals a season.
But you're right though, people. But you're absolutely right. People care about the look, right? They want to have that. They don't want it the put in, right? They want to actually create the play, and I think that's what gets caught up with all these young guns today. I mean, it's fair, I get it, but shit, if I'm with LeBron and we're winning shit, I'll be
exactly. For winning, that's all I care about.
Winning games and
now they're losing.
Winning games and your stats are climbing, and then in the future you have a good position.
So what if you're playing with LeBron and you're losing then?
I can't be mad. At the end of the day, we're a team. We're a team. If we lose, we lose. I mean, we're at what 55 minutes or 53 minutes. I think we got everything we could have came up to.
Shout out.
Again, thank you for coming on. We got definitely we'll do some stuff together in the future. I mean, obviously you know Joe now, so you'll link with us and stuff like that. But it's the end of episode 8 now. We'll see you in the next one. And peace.